che comunque il calcio è imprevedibile e le cose non sono mai scontate, quindi è anche la bellezza, no, di questo sport.
Io rappresentavo per questa squadra, era quello che non mollava mai, quello che doveva fare stare sempre su il morale, ma io mi ci trovavo bene perché sono sempre stato uno che mi piaceva dare fuoco ai miei compagni, caricarli prima delle partite.
Il mio sogno si è avverato, è uno dei sogni dei bambini, di tanti bambini.
Gol è un qualcosa per la gente che riusciamo a fare diventare matti, riusciamo a fare diventare felici e contenti.
Con questa maglia devo veramente fare una performance diversa perché sto rappresentando
What's up, Milan Nation? What's cracking? Be on the way. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué pedo? What's up? So, this is going to be a freestyle pod today. I'm not going to dive into segments, no fancy graphs. Honestly, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get straight to the point. All right. So if you've been under a rock the last 24 hours, Rock from Rosenary TV, they're a big supporter of us. We I'm part of their channel as well. Not their channel, but their chat. What's up, chat? Good bunch of guys. They're wild, but they're honest. Very knowledgeable of football, of Milan, tactics, shit like that. Things that I enjoy talking about. But yesterday, Rock came out with a very controversial, I guess, depending on what point of view you're looking at it, pod. It was a marathon pod. Kid ranted on for about 5 hours. Good for him. He's very successful. He's got a good life. So he had some time, to do something because he doesn't do pods every week. Not on a schedule. He has some other people as well. He just went off on his rant because that's what he wants to do. And he went after several different podcasts personally. Kush, Martino, and MWP, and Sempre Milan. All right. A few of these podcasts I've gone after myself in the past. Nothing personal, no beefs, just on their takes, things that they've said. But to Rock's credit and RTV, they have a big reach in us, right? They have 5K subscribers. We have we just hit 203. Myself, Shane, Husney, Lab, we're not doing this for fucking likes or fandom or fucking being famous. None of that shit, we could care less. We have families, we all have jobs, we're all very successful in our lives. We put this, thing together just to talk, get together, create contact for our listeners, subscribers, and speak the truth at the end of the day, right? That's what matters. And Rock hit on that yesterday, to speak the fucking truth. So that's the reason why he went after these podcasts. And obviously they clapped back, saying it's not true, you're lying, you're making shit up, you're a fake fan. The typical response, especially from certain podcasters. right? And it's getting a lot of attention. And I wanted to expand on his thoughts a little bit. Some of the things that I agree upon that he said, some of the things I don't agree upon. Let me just pull up the chats, guys. All right, there we go. So that being said, right, I wanted to expand on his thoughts, things that he touched on yesterday. Number one, MWP, that's the big one. Max, Brendan, what's up, boys? I'm not doing a 5-hour fucking pod. I'm working. I work from home. I've been working from home at cybersecurity, threat intelligence, threat hunting shit. I hunt down bad guys, threat actors doing bad shit for my clients. And I'm, multitasking. I have my work laptop on the side, keeping an eye on shit and doing the pod, right? That's the benefits from working from home, which is kind of nice. And it doesn't hurt that I'm working from the Caribbean, Mexican Caribbean. So it's fucking gorgeous weather down there. That being said, no 5-hour pod. I go an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see how it flows. All right. So I see Angelo as well. He's locked in. What's up, Angelo, Max, and Remen? I'm sure other people will be joining, streaming in as the pod goes on. So back to what I was saying. To kind of expand on Rock's, what Rock said yesterday on his 5-hour marathon. All right, MWP. So just a little bit of a background, right? So when I first started getting into the Milan social media world, right, right before the Scudetto, I came across MWP. Big context. They have 3K subscribers. I joined their Patreon chat. That's where I met Lab, Shane, Husney, a bunch of other guys. And I was part of that chat for a long time. I was part of their lives on the pregame. Got along with them, even though I didn't agree with a lot of things they said about Redbird and things of that nature, supporting, giving them a chance, even when they sacked Maldini. I'll get to Maldini in a bit. I was there. I participated. And matter of fact, when I kicked off my first channel, Defensive Dynamo, which was a tactical pod, straight into my tactics, defensive players from various teams, various coaches, the past, the present, that had some really good defensive tactics. I was invited to be part of the channel, WP. So we were discussing how the format was going to be and things like that. I wasn't down with certain things. We didn't see eye to eye on certain things on their project, so I declined them. And then I was invited to Milanista 660 with Lab, Shane, Husney, right? And here I am, because at the end of the day, we see eye to eye on a lot of things. Sometimes we don't agree on a lot of things as well. At the end of the day, they support what I'm trying to do, and I support what they're trying to do. But with that being said, during my time in MWP, I had made friends with a certain amount of people. One in particular, he came out to Arizona, came to visit me. It's when I had my Phoenix club, Milan club in Phoenix, Arizona. I kicked it off. And he came out to visit some family, this certain MWP podcaster. We hung out. He met my kid, which is a big deal to me. Anybody I introduced to my kid, I think you're cool. It says a lot. Right? I brought my kid out to the bar. And we had a good time. We kicked it off. We continued to talk, chop it up. He was going to plan to come down here to visit me when he came with his wife on vacation. We were going to hang out, have a couple of beers, tacos, hang out by the beach. But shortly after, he kind of gravitated and towards the flip side, and he stopped talking to me. He got, he stopped supporting our channel. He left Milanista 360's channel, and then he was very verbal, very expressive, very aggressive towards what I had said about his podcast, his takes, Martino stuff as well, and then they got very personal at that point. Very disappointing, right? Wait, in fact, as a matter of fact, I'll read a couple of these quotes. I'm not going to mention who this is. So the first one is, let's go back. So this is during the anniversary when Maldini didn't show up, right? This is how unprofessional shit got. This is important to talk about because this is what Rock kind of brought up. He started this, right? I want to expand on this and give my point of view. I talked about Maldini. Now, he was in the right for not showing up to the anniversary. Why should he? The way things happened, the way they dishonored him, the way they kicked him out of the club. And in my opinion, they were behind trying to censor his interview when it came out a few months back. It was censored. It was actually taken down for about a half hour on YouTube. And then it was brought back up and then shortly after, Maldini hired a lawyer to protect himself. So who do you think was behind that? Not his wife, not his kids, not his maid, definitely not me. It was somebody within management, guaranteed. Could have been Furlani, that fucking rat. Could have been somebody else, maybe Eva. My point is they just said, fuck you, Maldini, you're a piece of shit. We could care less what you did for the club, that you bleed red and black, you're out. So I took Maldini's side of this, and a few other people as well. And this individual, some of you who know who this person is, so he's got his own persona online, and I'll get into that in a bit as well, a little bit. He says, some of y'all are pro Maldini. You coming off anti-Milan, get off the dick. Nice response. That's like middle school, grade school shit. All right. That's one. Then we'll get into the other one. And recently, on their podcast yesterday, MWP, and I'll bring up the live, I'll play the clip. They talked about Redbirds. So for a few months now, MWP, the hosts on there, have said publicly, we don't support Redbird. We never have. Don't lie about us. We've always been Redbird from the jump. Well, you have it. Or we've been anti-Redbird, right? We've been anti-Redbird from the start, blah, blah, blah. We've never supported Redbird. Let me just pull up this clip and you make up your own mind. This is from yesterday's pod, right? Their latest live from yesterday on MWP. Sorry about that. Hold on. Fucking ads. Love you too. Okay, you hear that? One of their hosts, and that's Stevie P, he's very knowledgeable. He's probably one of the most knowledgeable host on that channel. He coaches youth football up in Canada. He's a program director for an academy up there. Very knowledgeable person. I'll give it this. But he just admitted on MWP's live yesterday himself, the usual suspects, Vinny, Gio, Fabio, that they supported Redbird and took a lot of heat for it. This is on their clip. What's up, Tayo? I'll get to your comments in a bit, guys. But this is after months of saying we're not pro Redbird, that we've been against the club. And anytime anybody said anything online, on social media, on YouTube, they would fight back and say, no, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, fuck you, you're a loser, you're a fake fan. Matter of fact, we never called him a fake fan. All right, let me try this again, guys. Hold on. Let me try to play this clip. All right, I'm hoping that works. If not, I'll share the clip. All right, so let me know if you guys heard that clip or not. If not, I'll send it in the group chat. I'll share it in here, matter of fact, guys. You can actually hear it yourselves. It's the hold on, please. So let me know if you guys heard that. Let me put it in the chat here, so you can hear it for yourselves. It's the 15:13 mark. 15:13 mark. Cue it up. Listen for yourselves. What Stevie P said. Like I said, I like Stevie P. I actually was on a soccer show a while back when I was coaching for a semi-pro club in Arizona on their academy level. They brought me on to discuss, the way we conducted our tryouts, training sessions, things of that nature. It was a good discussion. But he just, again, after months of fighting and saying, no, 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 no. We never said this. We're always anti-Redbird. It just came out on your own fucking show. This is not doctored. It's not some AI shit. All right? I have the capability of doing that if I wanted to. But, yeah, Shane, yeah, it's probably the mic. I'm not going to do it. The clip's there, guys. 15:13 mark. Cue it up. Listen for yourselves. So there you go. So I don't want to hear, once this comes out, I don't want to hear from the usual suspects, oh, we're just kidding. We're not serious. We're not professionals. Whatever the fuck that means. This is not real life. We're just fucking around. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it at all. And it pains me that I can't talk about tactics or the coaching staff for next season or the players that I want Milan to bring next season. It doesn't matter. That's all futile shit. It really is. It's a waste of time to discuss any of the fun stuff that I like to talk about and the exciting things that I get excited for, that I dive into, that I'm passionate about. I can't. Instead, I'm doing this because it needs to be done. It needs to be done because we're going to hear the same excuses, the same, they're going to clap back with their typical responses. You're a loser, you're this, you're that, you hate us, fuck you, fake fan, plastic fan, all that good shit. Redbird Capital, what's up? So back to a couple more quotes, responses on X. Just kind of give you a, context behind all this. At the end of the day, they're going to come back and say, oh, we never said this and that. Well, like I said, go back to their videos, go back to their X account, look at their responses on Redbird, and see for yourself. And let's get more into this. So this is a response from Ahmed. But you said I'm pro Redbird. When was that ever mentioned? Well, motherfucker, you mentioned that on your show yesterday. How's that? And one more. Let's get one more fucking goodie. This is from Milanista 60's main account. A few months ago, you were calling those that didn't back Redbird fake fans. You lost credibility big time. Now, this is his response. I'm not going to tell you who it is. He's got his own persona, his own caricature. He's become his caricature. I met the guy in person. He's very cool. He likes to drink, smoke weed, like most of the fucking guys, right? Typical normal shit. But over the last few years, he's put on the persona of being extremely loud, aggressive, saying fuck you, loser, being this very stereotypical New Yorker that we all think about from the movies, right? And he's become that. Just like this famous comedian back from the 90s, 80s, Sam Kinison. He was a very calm dude. he started bringing this persona on his comedy shows. He was this lunatic, would yell a lot, scream, and that's what people knew him as. And he became that person. Even outside in public, he was that character. Same thing with this guy. Yeah, Rock's a good dude. Yes, he is. So let me get into this last comment. I'll get into the comments, guys. All right, so yeah, so a few months ago, yep, so this is the response. Credibility. I can't read a goddamn thing today. Credibility. LOL, LOL, like I'm a journalist. Get a life, loser, is the response. Plus, you enjoy your team losing because you're a fan, girl, a one player. Maldini's talking about. You are a fake fan. To his usual, same recycled fucking response. Like, find something new to say. Please do. We know what we're gonna say. We already know. We can predict your fucking next move, bro. My man B. We can predict your next fucking response. It's hilarious at this point. I'm not even mad anymore. Not even angry. So this is his response. And again, look at the clip that I just put on, cue it up to 15, 13 minute mark, and listen for yourselves and make your own decision. And his response here was a fucking joke. Because as in life, you need to be fucking authentic. Just like Rock said yesterday. Like I said, I don't agree with everything Rock said. But to the core of it, what he was trying to get is like, be fucking real. Be yourself. And you're not. And that's what's frustrating. That's the frustrating part. As these podcasters, these people that I've called friends in the past, that I've actually hung out with, wanted to chop it up with, made plans to hang out, go up to New York and catch a fucking game with them. I can't do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore because they're fake. They're not genuine at all. Be real and say, you know what? I said that. Yes, I came onto your fucking podcast. And that's another thing. This particular person has been on Milanista 360 in the past. Go back to our previous video. I forget what episode it is. A while back, I think last season. There was a panel interview. Nathan was on there from Rosenary TV. Adon from Milan Lab. Before he went ape shit and he lost his fucking mind and called everybody a fake fan. And now he's changing his tune a little bit now too. He came on and said two big things. He supported Redbird, supported Jerry. He said, Jerry, let's give Jerry a chance because he's an American and Americans do everything better. Okay. And then he also said about the Maldini firing, Maldini is just another player. What is he, fucking Salamakers? What is he, fucking Messias? What is he, fucking RLSC? What is he, fucking Emerson Royale? No, that's fucking Maldini. And he also said, in addition to that, no player is bigger than the club on our own podcast. And then we kind of pushed back on it, and then he dropped off because he got frustrated. Instead of having a nice, fucking mature debate about this conversation, but instead of trying to have a debate and say, listen, yeah, we said that in the past. Yes, we're wrong. We apologize. No, now they're coming out, MWP, and a few other people saying, oh, we were there from the beginning. We were anti-Redbird from the jump, from the get-go. We were pro-Maldini from the beginning. We supported Maldini. No, you didn't. Starting fucking, online petitions, trying to make it sound like you were there from the beginning. Like, no, just be real. Just say, listen, yeah, a year ago I said this. We all change our fucking opinions all the time. It's okay. That's fucking life. That's being a fucking human, learning from your mistakes and owning up to it. Saying, yes, I fucked up. I supported Redbird and I said it. But no, instead of saying no. Instead of in your response, fake fan, loser, liar. All right, let me get to the comments. Now I'll get into some quotes from Forlani and Fonseca that just blew my mind, and they're old comments, but they're still very relative to today. So let me get to the comment section, please. All right, I get here. Okay, so let's see. Let's pick up some comments, boys. Toyota, I tend to gravitate towards Rosanero TV. Yeah, they're a good pod. I saw you on their live yesterday because of their pro-Milan DNA Maldini stance. Correct. Because they're fucking Redbird, the minute they started putting their fucking hands into this shit, they ruined Milan. Milan is fucking dead right now, by the way. The club that we fell in love with is dead. And I'll expand on that in a little bit. Let me just read some comments here, fellas. Big up. Redbird Capital, that's your profile picture. Now let's see some good comments. Rock stream was amazing, landed a few. Yes, it was amazing. 5 hour of fucking pure cinema. Toyo Taz says, I miss Berlusconi era Milan. Yes. And some people will say, oh, Berlusconi was the downfall of Milan. Oh, Berlusconi didn't do what he did. Most Milanisti, my age and a little bit older, probably would not have been a fan of the club unless you grew up in a household of Milanisti, right? Your father, grandfather, shit like that. But if you were on your own, Berlusconi didn't do what he did. Why would you want to be a fucking wear that red and black and be a fucking proud fucking fan? So again, I remember when they had Rocco in MWP, who was 100% anti-Maldini. Yes, Rocco, by the way, is MIA. Rock was still asking about it yesterday. Nobody's seen Rocco since. One more. Red Brew Capital Lab. I was Investor Corp at the time all day long, even researched that pilot guy. And Shane. Does anyone have a link to that Rocco guy's channel? I want to know where he went. I think he's fucking MIA. I think he's just fucking dead. Maybe he's working for Milan. I don't know. By the way, Kush is working for Milan as well, fellas. Good for him. And a quick thing about Kush, I like the guy. He's one of the few of them. When you do call him out, and I've called him out on his tactical analysis, he's actually a nice guy. He's very mature. He's not a dick. Doesn't act tough. Doesn't try to start shit online and static. No, he's like, yeah, okay, let's talk about this. What do you think? What was wrong with my analysis? And he's actually taken my analysis and used it on his podcast. But he has his own thing, and now it landed him a job with Milan. Good for him. Oh, Toya, hope quick one. Rocco went into hiding at Jerry's yacht. And with fucking J-Lo, who knows, right? And a bunch of other fucking some strippers. What was I? Okay. So, shit. Oh, the quotes. We'll get into the quotes in a minute. Yeah, exactly, Shane. He's a genuinely nice guy. I know he's had some personal issues he shared about his girlfriend. It's not my, place to say much about it. It's on his channel. Hope him all the best, right? And they were all humans. That's it. We're all struggling and trying to get by in this crazy fucking world. And doing our best to make ends meet and be fucking happy, right? Fuck. I'll have to read this out. It's nice DEI hire too for the corporate metrics. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's generally a fucking pretty good dude. He's very talented way he fucking chops up his videos and things like that, right? I try to do that. I don't have the patience. So before I get into some quotes that I came across, let's talk about Tade. So Tade, it looks like it's going to be on UBS. And according to a lot of reports from Italian journalists, he's going to be directly reporting to, drumroll please, the Rats, which is insane to me. So it tells you who's in fucking charge, who's strapped up and running this fucking club right now. It's Giorgio Squeaky Mouse Furlani. And I don't want to hear about Tari's signings. You know, Rock went over them yesterday as well. The signings, that the good ones that he's made, Alberto, SMS. Where are they now? And he makes a good point. Are they playing at Real Madrid? Are they playing for Liverpool? Are they playing for Man City? Are they playing for Atletico Madrid? No. Good players, but those are the kind of players to expect that Ty's going to get. Because he's on a fucking shoestring budget as well. All right, especially now. Even after this, if we even end up selling Tajani, which I think makes sense. I like the guy. He's very technical, but from my point of view, the way our midfield is currently fucking made up, the way it's constructed with those players, either in that double pivot or in that middle three, even you're playing a dime, whatever the fucking formation you're playing in the midfield, he doesn't have the skill for that. He doesn't track back. He doesn't pick up, doesn't scan the field, look for a third man run, make players making runs behind his back shoulder, which that's what they do. He lacks that stuff. He's more of an attack-minded player. So a move for him at Man City, where probably Pep won't give him those kind of responsibilities. Rodri will be doing a lot of those responsibilities. He eats up walls like a motherfucker, right? He'll be fine. Or if we ever decided to do a midfield of four and three solid defensive midfielders protecting Tajani, yeah, you're golden. And talking about midfield for a second, looks like Napoli is going to get fucking De Bruyne, which is insane to me. Here's a team that just won a Scudetto, deservedly so. Best defense in Italy, because in Italy, historically, the best defense wins. When we won our last Scudetto, we gave up the least amount of goals. Same thing with Napoli this season. That's what wins you fucking championships. Defense. Now they're adding De Bruyne. De Bruyne, a fucking playmaker. You have Anguissa, Lobotka, two animals, hard-working midfielders that push you up the ball. We eat up, we'll fucking recover balls, through balls, all that good shit that we talk about. Autonomy, the reigning MVP, in my opinion, the best midfielder in Serie A. His stats are very comparable to Tajani, if not better, overall. Look at the big picture, not just look at the assists, the goals, but as a complete player, Autonomy is a better player than Tajani. He offers more. And then you're going to add fucking De Bruyne to that. Holy guacamole. Motherfuckers. And what are we doing? Looks like we're keeping Musa, keeping Loftus Cheeks. And I have no faith we're going to get any. Who's going to come to this fucking project? Any fucking player within Italy that has any sense about our history is not going to want to come play here right now under this current management. And then to boot, it looks like Conceição is probably going to come back, which I don't like for a lot of reasons. He's not the right coach. He didn't make the right defensive tactical adjustments. Had all season, had all that time when he came in and took over to make those things. He never did. His attitude, him fighting with Calabria, breaking TVs, all this fake shit, fake tough guy stuff. It doesn't work. All right, it looks like he's going to come back. Because who else is going to come here? Allegri? Sorry? The guy Fagioli, not Fagioli, the guy from, I think Fagioli, the Italian coach out of Liga. No. We're going to get Conte back, probably. Ibra's going to come back. Forlani is definitely coming back. Moncada as well. So everybody who's fucked up is staying. But Maldini, when he was butting heads and he fucked up by signing, CDK and Origi and all this other shit, a few mistakes compared to Redbird's mistakes of signing players. I'm not going to get into the financial aspect of those signings. He got the boots. And for other reasons, because he wanted to improve the club. He talked publicly against Jerry, about the project, asking for more money, more support. Yeah, another one talking about Motta. Mancini's not. I don't see him. Motta, I don't see him coming. And Mancini, he's too fucking expensive. He'd be a great coach, in my opinion, but I can't. They're not gonna open up their fucking wallets to pay him. Let's be real. And fuck Zoltan too. Fuck Ibra as well. He's a big disappointment. He's the worst one, to be honest. So let me get into some quotes here. So Forlani, this is during his summer tour, by the way. We beat Man City and we were beating up on those kids in Yankee Stadium this last summer. So he talked about on wanting to be like Real Madrid. This fucking squeaky ass Mickey Mouse said on national TV in the United States, I wanted to be like Real Madrid. When the current leadership of Real Madrid, the chairman of Fiorentina Perez, took over Real Madrid about 20 years ago, AC Milan had higher revenues than Real Madrid. And he said, that's the model I want to reach and then beat. And he's mad at it. So congrats to him. This squeaky ass rat had the audacity to go on national fucking TV. It's everywhere on YouTube. And say to the American fan base and to generally to fans around the world. But I think they were directed to U.S. fans because they were on the U.S. tour, that they want to be like Real Madrid. Dude, what do you think, we're idiots? We're not intelligent enough to see that you're fucking out of your mind? Want to be like Real Madrid. Okay. Make up your own mind about that one. In the same way, we look at what they've been able to do, and we look at that as a target. There's no underlying reason we cannot get there. We are roughly a little less than half of what they have in terms of revenue, which means they're a great upside for us to be able to achieve. On their plans to win financially and on the pitch, sporting side and the business side, right? We set ourselves up at the beginning of the sporting season to be successful, to be able to win the league in Italy, and to be in the Champions League and to be competitive in Champions League. How'd that turn out? We got our asses handed by Feyenoord as they're taking their best striker. We got embarrassed. And we're not even in European competition. We do this while running a financially sustainable business. All right, enough of Forlani's hot shit. Fonseca. This is when he first came to Milan. First, I'm grateful for how I'm welcome to these days. I'm highly motivated and confident doing a great job. I want to join the club that wants to win. I joined the club. I just visited the museum. I've seen the Milan's history. They have great ambition to be part of history. Zoltan has shown me the space for a new trophy. Which trophy is that, motherfucker? You didn't win shit. I want to be part of this history, and I'm ready to start. I can't wait to start. Identity. Milan are a club with a history of attacking football, and we want to dominate proceedings. That's what I want to build here. A reactive, attack-minded team that does not let others think and play well. I want to win. But the playing style is important, so I want to make the fans proud. Totally the opposite, by the way, for a second. I'm embarrassed this. I think this is important. Build this team with strong identity. And long-term projects. Cardinal told me an important thing. The thing that I like the most. Milan don't only want to win today, okay, but also tomorrow. There is an important project for the future. This is important. This is some funny shit, by the way, guys. And defense, my favorite subject, by the way. All right. I think we have some good defenders. Who are you talking about? Gabia, maybe? You got maybe 2 or 3 decent defenders, serviceable defenders. Not world class, not great, very serviceable. You know, Gabi's he's good. Right? He's not great. He's the most, like, the highest IQ that we have on the defensive side of the field, for sure. I don't think we have any problems on the individual level. We need to improve as a group. So that's it. I'm not take this for whatever it is. Make up your own minds. Make it back to chats. Shame. Musa wouldn't make it into the midfield of our worst banter-air team as a starter. His U.S. man national team status keeps him in the team. He needs to be sold. 100%. Don't loan him out. Sell him up to the MLS. I could care less. He's had his chance. He's not what we need. Let's see some other ones. Another one from Shane. We are 2 decades away from Real Madrid. 1,000,000%. Yeah. Anything else? Let's go back to the comments. Here's a good one. From Redbird Capital. Yeah, Curvasuit back, spray painting, shower curtains, only 2 years too late. Got zero respect for Curva. Yeah, fellas, I mean, Curvasuit really fast. They are too late. Now they're, chanting Maldini, cursing out Baresi, which they've always called the real captain, by the way, for a long time. And now when shit has hit the fucking, lowest fucking level, now they want to jump on this. Now they want to get on board. So them being pro Maldini, does that make them fake fans? MWP? You know who I'm talking to. You call me a fucking fake fan for being pro Maldini. So I guess go to Curva's faces, go to their fucking, the Luca is the fucking head dude over there, the leader of the fucking Curva. And tell them. Tell them you're a fake fan for being pro Maldini. But yeah, Curva should have been doing something way earlier, not now. Way too late. The damage is done. This team, this club, the things that we loved about this club is no longer part of this club. And by the way, one other thing I wanted to kind of get into is that, the podcast that I mentioned, a few of them, have said, we support the colors. We're always going to support the team regardless. So what does that mean? So tomorrow, let's just put it out there. If tomorrow Jerry gets a new sponsor, and this sponsor is They make weapons of mass destruction, missiles, things that are used in wars to kill innocent people, right? If they become a sponsor, I think fucking Borussia Dortmund's one of their sponsors, a fucking weapons maker, right? Germany, which is a fucking insane thing to me. Are you going to support the club then? Regardless, are you just blindly putting your faith in the club no matter what the fuck they do? And I want to hear it from the chat. Would you support the club regardless of what they did? Even if they fucking sign a new sponsor that makes fucking weapons, makes missiles, it makes fucking, you know, new age fucking jet fucking like Boeing or whatever the fuck, or Lockheed Martin was a sponsor. Would you support the club? I wouldn't. Fuck no. Would you support the club if they signed somebody like Mason Greenwood with that fucking history? Would you support them then? Because according to some of these other people, they would support the team. They support the colors, meaning they're fucking blindly following the club, regardless of what they do. Shane, Guy, Joel, let me know. Because I'm telling everybody right now, no. You have to have fucking values. You have to be a fucking human and say, wait, hold on. Let me think about this for a minute. I love this team, love Milan, love the colors, love blah, 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 love the history, but would I actually support them if this happened? If a certain player on the club today got caught up in a fucking scandal and they protected him and it came out, would you be okay with that? Like, yeah, Forza Milan, Sempre Milan. Come on, people. I'm sure there's other people out there, some of them that I just talked about, that would be like, yeah, Forza Milan, woo, we back up these players regardless. We support the color. We could care less who their new sponsor is, even if the new sponsor is fucking making weapons and bombing innocent fucking people. All right. So Philip Lloyd, I'm not sure, first time listener. Welcome thanks for locking in, Philip. So he brings up a good point. You support the club, but not the custodians. Totally agree with you. I am boycotting the club right now. I'm not giving one more cent of my money to these parasites. Listen, and I hope you stay that way, Philip. Hey, Carmelo, what's happening? Angelo, yes, no. Toyo, no, yes. Common fucking sense. I can tell you right now, real quick, if they support and protected a fucking somebody who abused women, because I have a kid, right? I have a daughter. I'd go after that motherfucker. I'm sorry. Even if he was my favorite fucking player, I wouldn't support him. Honestly. Fuck's sakes. Kim, thank you, Kim. Common sense. This is what I like about the listeners that we have, the subscribers. We may have different opinions on certain things, coaches, players, whatever. Just, almost, banter back and forth, right? Discussions. Like grown fucking men. And not calling each other, fuck you, loser, fake fan, all this other grade school bullshit, right? Yeah. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Where we have these kind of people, and they still have a large following. Little by little, like everything that Rock has talked about in his pod yesterday, that I've expanded on today. We're exposing them, and they need to be exposed. Not because I have a beef, not because I hate them, not because I want to, get physical. That's not gonna happen. We're men, I'm not gonna do that. That's those days are over, right? That violent past. We're too old for this shit. I'm 48 years old. Right, hold on, let me make some. I'm still working. Make sure I don't miss any fucking thing important here, fellas. Let me just a quick check. Good. All right. They need to be exposed because at the end of the day, they haven't come out and just said, "Yeah, we said this. We admit it. We're saying this now." But I guarantee at the same time, a few of them, the ones that are saying, "Oh, I'm never gonna buy a shirt again, another jersey," right? The ones that keep buying jerseys. And I know there's some people in our chat, in our group that buy jerseys, but they're, you know, they've been anti-regular from the jump as well. But these other podcasts that we're discussing, right? The same ones that are now saying, "Oh, I'm not going to buy a jersey again. Fuck this club, this and that." I guarantee you, in 6 months, 5 months, you'll be buying your jersey again. Once this club, they win the first couple of games, and things are looking on the bright side, and a lot of your subscribers, a lot of your listeners are kind of going back to and supporting the project, you're going to follow that trend as well and say, "Well, hold on, let's see, our listeners are going this way, right? We gotta change our tune again." Then I got zero respect for you. Stick to your fucking guns. If you're gonna say now, today, I'm anti fucking Redbird. I'm not buying jerseys. I'm not buying tickets. Stand by it. Just like Rock said, stand on your fucking 10 toes. Stand your fucking grounds and say, "Yeah, I'm done. That's it. They can't change my fucking mind." The only way they change their mind if they start respecting our fucking history. And Maldini may not come back. I don't fucking know. He may never come back, which is a fucking shame. But the ones that we're talking about, listen, yo, B, fellas, stand on your fucking grounds. If I see you in 6 months buying jerseys and waving your banners and your fucking scarves and shit, we'll have to have this discussion again. We really do. And expose that. And don't tell me, "Oh, I don't need to be credible. We're just doing this for fun." The one thing that you are as a fucking human that I respect the most is your fucking word and what you believe in. And if you keep flip-flopping, what does that make you in real life? Do you flip-flop with your wife? Do you say one thing to your wife, the next day you change your fucking mind and go back and forth? With your employees, your coworkers? Are you always flip-flopping? If you're a manager, you flip-flop every other fucking week too? Is this the kind of human being you are? If you are, fuck man, I don't even tell you, you're fucking lost. Take a look in the mirror, a good look, and say, "Hey, what the fuck do I stand for? Do I just keep flip-flopping just because I want to be fucking, I don't know, different, or because I don't have my real opinion? I'm afraid to you know, open up myself and tell people my real feelings. I don't know, but I can't respect that shit." And the people that listen to your shows, how the fuck they stand for this either? I don't understand. They clearly see your change in your fucking in the way your takes, your opinions. But they'll be okay with that. Because you always find youth followers, young kids, people who just, started following Milan on social media, and they're trying to find a group to be with, a tribe, right? So they'll go along with that for a bit. But for a lot of us who, have the capability, right, to sit down like, hold on, can I really sit here and support this? Can I be part of this channel? Can I be part of this group that can consistently flip-flop? And then when you bring it up to them, you expose them, just like I did. I clipped several fucking clips. I had saved clips from MWPs and some other shit that they said. And I sent it to MWP. I didn't want to publicly burn them out of respect. I didn't want to start a whole fucking war. I wanted to be, professional, just cool, just a regular human being. But yeah, listen, this is what we found. Can you please explain yourself? No response. So they're saying, yeah, listen, yeah, we said this a few months back. Now we said this. We apologize. My bad. Own up to your shit. Yes. Integrity. Oh, motherfucker. Shane O'Brien, one of my co-hosts. Nico, I flip-flop with my wife and all the time. I'm not even married. Toyo flakes. Yes, flakes. Cornballs, actually. You know anybody who grew up in the 90s, East Coast, or you listen to 90s hip-hop, you definitely know the word cornball. Angelo, integrity. Most people have none. Yeah. I can't stand it. I mean, when you're younger, you can deal with that shit because you just want to hang out with people. The older you get, you're more selective with your friends. Right? And if you don't have fucking integrity, you can't be fucking credible. I can't fuck with you. Not even over beer. I can't even over a joint. Nothing. All right. All right. Listen, I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. Yeah, I'm not doing 5 hours. It's what, 2 p.m. my time. All right. Just wanted to get it out there. This is, and I'm sure there'll be some comments, responses saying, "Oh, you lied. You're a fucking liar." Blah blah blah. No, listen, motherfucker. I just played a clip. I just shared a clip of you guys confirming that you were fucking pro management and you took heat for it. No, you don't. We don't do super chats. So that's another thing, real quick. So I subscribe to a ton of other non-football channels, right? Big ones. They have like 100K subscribers. Usually hip hop stuff, narco shit. I like listening to pods about narcos. That's what's done in Mexico. And they read off comments. They have fucking like 1,000 people locked into their lives or their podcasts. And if they see the same fucking people every time in their chats, they will highlight your comments. Don't have super chats. All right. Even our TV, man, they have a bigger following, more or less live, and they read out every fucking comment most of the time. I think Rock read out every comment yesterday. So kudos to them. Let's talk Milan. Nico, the older you get, the less you want to put up with stupid BS. Yes. That's what I'm teaching my kid is being fucking real. Be yourself. And she's 4. One more. Shane O'Brien. €100 super chats need to happen. I need a help. Yes. Hey, listen, we might start that shit up. I don't know. Give it a fucking shot. We're at 203 subs. I think when I first started with Milanista physics, I think we were struggling to get over 90. We would hit 100, go back to 95, and now we're at 203. So that's a testament to our just being real. No fluff. No bullshit. Just straight to the point, right? Straight from our fucking hearts, and just being real, authentic, not coming online with a persona and the shtick, and becoming our fucking own caricature. MLM, Max, where do I contribute? I like to offer a plastic 100 euros, 100 pounds, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'll give you my my account. You can send it directly to my bank. How's that? And I also get a free T-shirt with that, MLM? I'll get you a free T-shirt. All right, I'll get you a knockoff Milan shirt from over here in La Quinta, right? The marketplace. All right, fellas, it's been real. As always, thanks for subscribing, supporting everybody in the chat. Yeah, listen, it's been a long fucking season. Doesn't look like it's gonna get better next season at all, honestly. I know there's gonna be other podcasts. Be real, be fucking, trust the process. Trust Jerry. Trust Dottie. He's Italian. He knows the Italian football. He knows Calcio. We'll see. We will see. But I'm not expecting much. My expectation, what I'd like to see is the youth being played. But that's not going to happen. Honestly. It's fake Monopoly money. Oh, fuck. Listen, it's been real, guys. It's been, good chopping it up for the last hour. Like I said, I need to get back to work. I can't pull off a 5-hour marathon like fucking Rock, unless I start doing lines of cocaine, maybe. I don't know. Thanks, Redbird Capital App. Big up, chat and Nico. Now let's highlight this shit. Woo! And one more. The only true New Yorker Milanista. There's another New Yorker in our chat. I think it's Angelo. I think Angelo's from New York, if I'm not mistaken. He's from LI. He's from Long Island. I lived there for a while too. I lived in Suffolk County. I lived in Nassau for a while. Grew up in Nassau County, right next to the Queens border. Then moved out to Suffolk. So I know Long Island really well, right? Spent a lot of my years in youth there, teenage years, right, on LI. Nice place to grow up. It's super expensive now. I mean, it's been expensive for a while. It's fucking priced out for a lot of people, like most places. But yeah, we have a few other real authentic New York Milanista in our chat too, besides myself. So we're out there. All right, fellas, everybody in the chat, it's been fun. Try to have a good time regardless. All right, so we can do. All right, and all the haters out there, everybody that we talked about, I'm sure I'll be looking forward to your comments, tweets, your usual banter. Yeah. All right, and thanks for the support, everybody. We're at 203, like I said. So support us, appreciate it, appreciate the love, and thanks for tuning in. All right, later. Forza Milan.